Good morning from the Golden Circle here in Iceland. And today we're going to explore some geysers, some waterfall, sleep at a really cool place, and all of that in our trusty van.
But first, this morning we are taking off a bucket list thing off of our list, which is snorkeling between two tectonic plates.
It's going to be freezing, but I'm ready.
Freezing!
It's really hard to imagine that in a few minutes we're going to be in that water where there's literally ice. I mean, snow covered everywhere. That water is probably very close to zero or below zero with the current. So it's going to be quite something.
I'm curious where we get out at. I know we get in at the other, like over there. I don't know where we get out.
I hope the suits are very warm. So what we are doing this morning more specifically is snorkeling between two tectonic plates, the Eurasian tectonic plate and the North American tectonic plate, where basically they meet. There's a massive canyon, and this is one of the most popular activity to do here in Iceland, and especially in the Golden Circle, and we are doing that this morning with
Dive Iceland. In a few minutes, that's gonna be us. I see the vans, I see the suits, the nerves are high.
Tracy's very stressed this morning.
I am very nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay.
Tracy is overall a very good swimmer, but not a confident one. That's the issue. So the suit comes in two layers from what I can see. You get this one, I guess, that goes under, not waterproof, just to keep you warm.
Take your sweater off your
And
side.
then the massive one that's super, super tight. This is like the hard part.
You go hat off. You're gonna go head.
You comfortable? You look very natural in this.
So natural.
It's pretty tight. I feel like I'm supposed to just stand like this. It forces your arms up a little bit. It's fun.
This is important, otherwise you'd end up in Iceland.
We're all suited up. So basically the formation that we're going in today is called Silfra, and it's one of the only places in the world where you can go somewhere without having a tectonic plate under you. And because this is all glacier water, the clarity of the water and the distance that you can see underwater is some of the best in the entire world. Good snorkeling or diving condition, normally like 25-30 meters is really good. Here's up to 100 meters visibility.
Feel free to take a drink with those two cautionary measures in mind. Pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, that's really good.
So I'm just quite simply going to roll onto my back like that. You can see that I'm very buoyant. I'm floating here with no effort whatsoever. All right, first tee when you're ready.
The view unders are stunning. So we just arrived in the lagoon, which is basically like on the right side of the massive crack. We started at the platform, then went through a beautiful section called the cathedral, where it's just like the biggest part, basically the deepest. It was so beautiful. And on the left side of the lagoon here, there's actually a new crack that was formed by an earthquake back in 2008, and that is probably the deepest one I've seen here. It is incredible. That didn't work. Oh, my face is a bit frozen.
You want help?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Perfect. I have to say, taking all this equipment off feels amazing.
And afterwards, you get a hot chocolate to end with, and it's perfect.
Oh.
Thank you, dear. Have a good day.
No worries. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
That was great. That was great. A bit cold now. I can't wait to be in the van.
We made sure we left the heater running, so it's nice and toasty inside.
Oh yeah. So yes, it feels great to be back in our warm van, but surprisingly, like the equipment was good. Like I wasn't that cold really.
No, multiple things I would say with the equipment. For me, you notice that I always have a habit of getting water leaking into my face. These sealed perfectly.
Yeah, so good.
And the other thing is like they tell you in certain areas water can seep in. So I was really worried about that, and I felt it seep, but I didn't know that I actually had wet patches until I got out because like I was perfectly warm.
Yeah.
The undersuit caught it like.
Towards the
It was
end, like
great.
my hands were a little bit cold, and
My
like
feet, yeah.
it's like just this part here that's exposed. Basically, this gets cold, but
It still feels
that's pretty much it.
windburnt here a little bit.
But overall, an amazing experience.
Oh.
Like it was so clear, so beautiful.
Can I just say, anyone who's worried about it, I was very worried because I was like, I'm gonna feel constricted. The suits have some air in them, so you actually float.
Oh yeah.
Just a
I
note
tried to
out there.
dive to get a shot.
It was so
Impossible.
funny. He was just flailing on the surface because he couldn't even go beneath the surface. Anyways, just had to put that out there.
So yeah. Anyway, we did that with like Dive Iceland. It was just great.
Amazing.
Info down below. You have to do it. Like
They were fantastic.
so fantastic.
Yeah.
And just to show you how great they are, we actually came here 10 days ago, but the weather was garbage and they offered everyone to rebook or a refund. They were like, if you really want to go, you can, but it's not worth it. Like you need to do it on another day, which apparently almost never happened. So we actually came there, put the full suit on and decided to rebook, to just trust the guides and be like, okay, like this is a once in a lifetime experience. And we did it today. The visibility was perfect. Some of the clearest water I've ever seen in my entire life, like 10 out of 10.
So in the same national park, there's a lot of things to go see. Again, where it's winter, some of the stuff we can't access, but we can go see a waterfall and a really cool viewpoint. So that's where we're gonna go do next. So there actually is a waterfall behind this little ridge here. You can hear it, but you can't see it. So let's go up and see it.
We should be wearing crampons, but we don't have any. I know if you look around us, it might look freezing, but today is like the best day. Almost
One of the
no
warmest
wind.
days that we've had.
Probably just like a nice little -4, -5 maybe.
If that.
Beautiful. We're Canadian, so it could be cold for some people. For us, this is a great winter day.
Beautiful.
I know I've said this in like every single Iceland video that we've done so far, but like being here in the winter is the best because there is nobody. Like
But,
you can take your
yeah.
photos, you can do whatever. Like there's just, you know, a few people here and there. Like
Yeah, but not only
beauty.
that, we got lucky. Like last night, it snowed about 10 centimeters.
Yeah.
So everything is just freshly covered in snow and
Stunning.
so crisp and white. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Winter's the way to go here in Iceland.
Yeah.
We wish we would have crampons right now.
Not only that, I've said this before, but I have kid boots because they were cheaper and they still fit my foot, but they have like zero traction on them. Zero. Which doesn't really make sense because if you're a kid, you're prone to falling. So before coming here and doing our research, there's a lot of people who came to Iceland and didn't have the best experience because they said it was too touristic. Now, with that being said, Reykjavik and the south part is very much geared up so that like it can cater to tourists, which is great if that's what you want to do. But if you're someone who doesn't like super touristic areas, you have to get out of the south. Do a loop, or at least just get out east, get out somewhere, and you will have such a great experience.
As soon as you leave Reykjavik, you won't see any of those.
Yeah, and this is low.
So another fun fact about Silfra, it's actually growing about 2 centimeters every single year. So in a few hundreds of years, Iceland is actually going to be 2 separate islands.
It's hard to believe just a couple of hours ago, we are in that water. It's crazy right now. We're driving back into town into Reykjavik, and like the road going there, it's just white everywhere. You can barely see anything. I don't know if the wind's just picked up a little bit and carrying some of the snow, but it is pure white out. So in case you didn't see over the last 10 days that we've been living under this van, we're gonna give you a very proper van tour. So inside of our van, we have our working area here / kitchen table / just functional living space, to be honest. It becomes like a U shape here. Underneath we have our luggages. That's where we're storing everything right now. And then here's the kitchen side. So we have a fridge that works absolutely fantastic. We have a sink with an internal water tank so we can still use water in the winter time. Heating system and charging system, which is obviously essential being on the road. Plus our little camp stoves that keeps us fed. And in here we have all of our utensils and food as well. We did opt to do a portable porta potty because we are going rural in some areas, so just to have. And then in the nighttime, this here converts to our bed. Just like that, super comfy bed.
So tomorrow we might notice that my beard is a little shorter. There's a little bit less snow outside. But all of that was caused by the fact that we had to rebook to have better visibility for the snorkeling this morning, which was so worth it. But basically we did the Golden Circle at the beginning of our trip and at the end of our trip. So don't go anywhere because we slept in a super cool place. We went to see crazy Geyser. I mean, it was a good time. So see you kind of in the morning, but in the past. So we are heading to the Geyser hot springs and everyone is leaving right now, so I assumed it just erupted. Apparently it erupts every 10 to 15 minutes, so we might have to wait a little, but
80 to 100 degrees Celsius.
it's really cool because there's like these little pots of water everywhere and there's like steam coming out. Look at that. Don't ask me why, but seeing like water erupt from the ground is just really cool to see
It's just
for some obscure
fascinating
reason.
because it's natural, like naturally occurring.
So basically the way those geyser work, the water at the bottom of the geyser way deep gets heated by the rock there. It builds pressure and every once in a while this pressure needs to be released and the only way for the water to go is up. So this is what happened.
Yeah.
And it's very hot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stink as much
exactly
as
what I
you
was
think.
gonna say.
Normally these places like they smell like sulfur.
And like
but
you get a little hint, but
a
not
little,
nearly as much as I
yeah,
thought.
like
it
a
was
light
going to.
fart, you know. It's not that hot here because you know it goes from the geyser all the way around, but it's still like for the temperature outside, like you could literally take a bath in that. And
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Welcome to the Aurora Igloo, and this is where we're gonna sleep tonight. So we have a little bit of light left, thank goodness, because we cannot wait to show you around. As you can see, it is completely clear. So there are curtains that can wrap around for privacy, and you have wooden dividers between each, but it's very simple. We have some heaters, so we're gonna stay nice and warm. We have a bed here, duvets, a couple lights, and at the service center, they even have hot chocolate and coffee, which I am already drinking. And there's showers and bathrooms up there as well. And you have 3 heaters inside this thing. I don't think we're gonna be cold. Last part, little seating area. I would love to tell you that we're gonna see the northern lights tonight, but it's very cloudy.
nothing's impossible.
It would need a miracle for us to see the lights tonight.
Never stop believing.
Like I said earlier, we have heaters, but just found out we have a heated mattress too.
It's not that cold right now in Iceland, but obviously it can get really cold, so that could be handy. Not for us, but it could be.
So for supper tonight, we are cooking fish cakes with some cauliflower rice that we found just at the store earlier. Yeah, and instead of doing it in the van, we just brought a little burner down here, and that's what we're gonna have.
When you have a full camping setup, well, no kitchen, no problem. We can just bring our little kitchen everywhere. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're gonna go to bed in our little igloo tonight, and I'm not gonna say see you in the morning because I really hope that I'm gonna have to pick up this camera in the middle of the night because of the northern lights.
Can you imagine?
That'd be nice. We have the GoPro running.
It's gonna be hard to like
Just
make
in
yourself
case.
sleep because
I know.
you don't want to miss it.
Right now, not much. A little
No.
bit of clouds, but you never know. So maybe tomorrow, maybe at midnight, we'll see. We'll see. Sadly, it is not the middle of the night. It is now the morning. No northern lights. We actually woke up to like a storm.
Yeah, it was. We had to go pee too, so it was cold and
Yeah.
wet.
And it's also crazy, like, see, like, there's a little bit of light. It looks much brighter in the camera than it is in real life, but it's almost 10 a.m.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of sun at this period of
The
time.
sun comes up around the horizon around like 11:30.
Yeah.
But you get a little bit of
Yeah.
light in the meantime.
Otherwise, that's it for us on the Golden Circles. We are going back to the van and carrying on around the ring route around the country. So if you want to see more of us, make sure to subscribe. Check out this video as well. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And otherwise, see you guys
In the next one.